One of the biggest misconceptions about adopting an animal from an animal shelter is that the animal somehow has issues or is damaged, and that's just not the case. Of course, there are some animals with medical and behavior issues, but in general, we have all sorts of animals here that need help getting into loving homes. We find at the shelter that one of the animals that we have the hardest time finding homes for are pigeons and rabbits. For some reason, those are not animals that people seem to adopt in abundance, and we get lots of them. A family knows when they're ready to adopt, when they know that they have time for the animal. Each animal requires a different amount of time. If you're going to adopt, say, a puppy or a kitten, you may want to think about doing that during the summer when you're home a lot more. But each animal is different and each family is different. So you just have to trust yourself to know that it's time. If you're considering adopting an animal for the first time, my advice would be to do some research. Each animal has different requirements and will have different needs. Some animals will take a lot more time than others. So just do the research. There's so much stuff out there on the internet. Personally, I encourage people to adopt rather than go to breeders, because every time a dog or a cat gives birth, and you purchase a dog from a breeder, it takes away a potential home from a shelter animal. In this day and age, you have to be very careful. There's a lot of minimal restrictions with breeders, so you really don't know what you're getting. There's probably a feeling out there that one of the hardest animals to adopt are senior pets, but we actually find that those get placed quite quickly. What we're seeing, what animals are harder to adopt right now are what we call lad dogs. They're large adolescent dogs, and we're seeing a lot of those in shelters, and those are very difficult to find placement for.
So it's really, you're so sweet.
There is a belief sometimes out there that the shelter is filled with big, scary dogs. Well, meet Teddy. Teddy is not scary. Teddy is a love bug, and I think that is a misconception and not an accurate belief. Many shelters are filled with wonderful dogs just like Teddy. So one of the things I think is important for people to understand and to know is actually shelters are full not of just dogs and cats, but we have rabbits, we have guinea pigs, we have iguanas, we have snakes, we have chickens, pretty much any domestic animal that you can think of comes through our doors at our shelter and comes through the doors of many other shelters. We even have horses sometimes. We're creating families at the animal shelter. We're bringing people and pets together to enrich people's lives and to make happy, loving relationships.